The snow-capped pinnacles of the western Himalayas soaring into the clouds and endless ranges covering the horizon. Sheer whiteness broken only with the changing hues of the skies above. That's Ladakh, beyond the valley of Kashmir, an important division of the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Leh is the capital of Ladakh. In the midst of the sprawling, barren terrain, it hardly rains, barely a couple of inches a year. Leh still stands out with its special ambience, its old buildings and memorials interspersed with Buddhist monasteries, the hallmark of its rich heritage. It was a major stopover for a traveler on the ancient route to China for centuries together. Nature's generosity has turned it into a real paradise for the tourists of today. Sindhu, the great river, springing from the Kailash, bounds down, traversing Ladakh, showering the elixir of life. The epitome of vitality and eternity, Sindhu nurtured that age-old civilization, the Indus Valley civilization. The word Sindhu means ocean in Sanskrit, an apt name for the river with an endless expanse and incredible length of 2,900 kilometers. It is the Sindhu our nation was named after, Hindustan. The great river features even in our ancient Vedas and Upanishads. About 11 kilometers from Leh, another river, Janskar, meets up with the Sindhu. This confluence has now come to be felicitated with a novel event called Sindhu Darshan, a 3-day festival to boost tourism. On the 7th of June 2000, the Prime Minister of India, Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, arrived from Delhi specially to participate in the celebrations. First, he reverentially worships the river. A pail of the Brahmaputra waters brought by the Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh was then emptied into the Sindhu by the Prime Minister. On this occasion, the Prime Minister also laid the foundation stone of the proposed Sindhu Sanskritik Kendra on the banks of the great river in the city of Leh. The function was well attended. Here he also laid the foundation stone of a building, the Kendriya Bodha Vidya Samsthan. Among the special invitees was the Home Minister, Sri L.K. Advani, the Minister for Tourism, Mr. Anand Kumar, as also the Governor of the host state of Jammu and Kashmir. Speaking on the occasion, the Prime Minister said, "I am extremely delighted to be here for this special function, the 4th Sindhu Puja and Sindhu Darshan. The credit for this idea goes wholly to my esteemed colleague, Sri Advani ji. The Governor of Jammu and Kashmir extended valuable cooperation. We, while singing our national anthem, sing Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Maratha. But I wonder how many of us stumble at the name of Sindh and marvel about its actual location. Well, now we know for sure that Sindh is right here in Leh. Talking about other rivers, we can indeed place them with ease, but for the Sindhu perhaps. The name Sindhu features in Vedas at least 30 times more than other rivers, including the sacred Ganga and Jamuna. Sindhu was named after the Sindhu and is synonymous with our 5,000-year-old culture. In the Rig Veda, the Sindhu is described thus: the Sindhu is the most powerful of the rivers. Her roar resounds well into the paradise. In a matter of seconds, the gently lapping waves bellow into a magnificent typhoon. Other rivers excitedly scurry to meet the Sindhu, the way the cows rush to their young ones, with others bursting with milk. The Sindhu is their leader, leading from the front. Sindhu, the river, with an amazing velocity, queen among the rivers, overflowing with wealth and bounty.
इसकी गर्जना स्वर्ग तक सुनाई देती है। पलकें झपकते ही इसमें प्रचंड उफान आ जाता है। जिस प्रकार दूध से भरे हुए थन वाली गायें अपने बछड़ों की ओर तेजी से भागती हैं, उसी प्रकार दूसरी नदियां भी कलकल करती हुई सिंधु नदी में मिलने को आतुर रहती हैं। जिस प्रकार एक शूरवीर राजा दूसरे योद्धाओं का नेतृत्व करता है, उसी प्रकार सिंधु नदी दूसरी नदियों का नेतृत्व करती है। यह तीव्र गति से बहने वाली नदी है, स्वर्ण भंडार से परिपूर्ण है, नदियों में श्रेष्ठ है तथा धन संपदा से पूरित है।
The Prime Minister released a specially made CD-ROM illustrating the Sindhu Darshan Festival with a detailed information. A cultural program was staged later. Artists in novel, colorful attire presented dances and folk songs. Along with music and dance, historical plays were also presented. One of these even depicted the excesses of the British rulers. Then it was the curtain, and time to disperse after 3 days of a rich togetherness. With minds heavy with nostalgia, it was nevertheless a start of an eager anticipation for the next year, when once again people from all around will gather here to worship and felicitate the great Sindhu. The Sindhu whose gushing streams signify a spontaneous love for fellow humans. The Sindhu, our honor, a manifestation of our culture.